covered, pretended. That's the last time it's gonna happen. It's not, you know, because God's not gonna let it happen again. But, you know, it was just not fair because Deke had all the power. My mother, you know, and I, we didn't have any. As I got older, I started hanging out with the Cirillos, pretending again that they were my real family. I mean, you know, Mr. Cirillo can give you a good whack upside the head, but there wasn't any beating going on over there, you know. And then I had Olivia. She was an angel. Not to everybody, because she was tough, but she was my light. Then I'd have to go back to the apartment from hell where all the beatings, you know, all that, the abuse would start again. But I knew that eventually I'd figure out a way to get out. So I started doing odd jobs for Joe Scully for the cash. Olivia didn't want me to do that, and she wanted me to quit.
But why didn't you quit then, if, like you say, it was for the cash?
Well, I asked myself that 1,000 times, but maybe I was just kidding myself that I had all this ambition. So I stayed, and Olivia left me.
And then you started going with Cousin Connie.
Olivia went her way, I went my way, and then one day she turns up pregnant. And I'm gonna be very honest with you. I did not know that I was the father. I believed Olivia when she told me she'd gone wild for a minute and, you know, she'd been with a few guys. But now that I look back, you know, she didn't tell me it was my child because she'd already decided that I was too deep into the business. In 17, when Deke hit me for the last time, and I don't know what it was about that particular fist to the face, but I gotta tell you, my head exploded. I saw red. I went after Deke like a bat out of hell. I'd have killed him if my mother didn't stop me. So she told me to leave and never come back.
Your mother sided with your abuser over you?
Well, you have to understand, back then, you know, there were no resources for help. You drew a card, you lived it, and you pretended. Plus, Deke was a cop. And that was dangerous on a whole other level. My mother was trapped.
You never blamed her?
Not for one single minute. Anyway, Joe Scully offered me a job. I started working for him. I needed to get set up. You know, I didn't expect it to be a life choice or, you know, I just wanted to get into a better position in the world.
Well, something must have happened to change that.
I was away from home about a year, and Deke beat my mother so bad that he put her in a hospital. So I told Joe what happened. Joe said, be out in the public the next night.
When did they find Deke's body?
In an alley, shot execution style. That was my point of no return. I was going to be loyal to Joe for the rest of his life. So that's my path. I just wanted you to know how I got here.
Well, it's a pretty terrible story, Sonny. It's pretty painful to hear. I can't even imagine living through it or even remembering it. I feel sorry for the boy you were. But you know what? The prisons are full of lowlifes with crappy backstories, so that doesn't excuse anything.
What are you two doing here?
I convinced Diane that we need to discuss your case.
Oh, I'm not in the mood for right now. You know,
We need to get there, Sonny. We need to work on your defense here.
I said not now, please.
You okay?
I just got back from Dante's hospital bed.
Is Dante okay?
You don't need me, that's for damn sure.
So what I'm hearing is you opened a bay and you bled for Dante and he rejected you anyway?
Yeah, that
Okay.
pretty much sums it all up.
All right, well, you can work on that. You can beat Dante down, but you can't do it from prison. I know you have a lot on your plate right now, but you need to prioritize. We need to beat these murder charges, Sonny.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. And to that end, I have formulated a plan. You are going to plead not guilty. I cannot stress how vital it is for you to tell the court the truth, that you did not kill Claudia. Now, I can try to
You can stop right there, Diane, because that's not gonna happen.
Hey, look how good I am to you. I went by your place and picked up some sweats and shirts for you.
That was thoughtful.
Yeah, well, I don't want to create any false hope or anything. You'll be here for a while, but I thought you might be more comfortable in your own clothes.
Thanks.
I can't leave you alone for 10 minutes. What happened?
Sonny was here. He was trying to make me understand how he became the biggest crime boss on the Eastern Seaboard. It's not a pretty story.
I vaguely know something about him being physically abused as a kid.
I am pissed at my mother right now, so much so I can barely even look at her. She does wrong, she has faults, but she would never, like no chance in hell, would Olivia Falconeri let a guy who beat me stick around. I mean, first, she'd probably smack him up the head with an iron skillet, then she'd probably run him over with her car. I mean, Sonny's mother, she kicked him out. Meaning Sonny, she sided with his abuser over her own son.
Does this change things?
What do you mean? Like, do I feel sorry for Sonny? I guess maybe I do, but not now. I feel sorry for who he was back when he got my mother pregnant.
Last chance, Detective Falconeri. Tell me the truth about how you caught that bullet, or turn in your badge. You need to leave, Miss Spencer. This is a confidential police matter.
Really? Well, this is also a hospital room of a man recovering from a gunshot wound, and stress isn't good for him. So the only place I'll be going is to get a doctor who's going to kick your ass out of here.
You might want to rethink your attitude before you buy yourself trouble.
It's okay. Look, let's just get this over with. I'll tell you the same thing I told Detective Spencer. I went to the Corinthos residence to arrest Sonny. He wasn't there. I took the precaution of unloading his weapon. The gun jammed. In the process of trying to work it free, it discharged, and I accidentally shot myself.
Very well. I've been in touch with NYPD Internal Affairs. They've left your fate to my discretion. I'm giving you the option of turning in your resignation. If you don't, I will fire your ass. At any point, effective immediately, you're off the force.
Against you is circumstantial. Sonny, there are arguments I can make, precedents I can cite to discount most of it. In fact, in theory, depending on the judge we pull and the jury we impanel, I can create a hole big enough for reasonable doubt to creep through.
If I deny killing Claudia and they find me not guilty, the case stays open, right, Diane?
Technically, yes. There is no statute of
So that
limitations on
means
a
the
murder.
cops will keep looking, right, Diane? And they could find Michael as the killer. That's unacceptable.
You will beat the murder charges. We can protect Michael. We have so far,
Too
Sonny.
risky, too many variables.
Sonny, if you plead guilty, I can try to spin self-defense, but our chances of winning on that are vanishingly small. Especially in light of your stated lethal intent in front of a room full of witnesses just hours before Claudia died.
Are you listening to Diane, Sonny? Do you hear what she's saying?
I don't care what Diane says. I'm not risking Michael. I'm going to say that I killed Claudia. End of discussion.